The podcast. We are back with a new hot audio format, long form listening podcast. Lane, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. You guys wouldn't know it, but it's been a while in real life since we have recorded said podcast. Now we've still been uploading all correct times, and no worries there. I know the real one's been listening in.
You know who you are.
Yeah, you know who you are. All the real ones been listening in. But aside from that, for me and Kane ourselves, we have not recorded one, I'd say, in maybe around a month, which, maybe if we were had 1 million subscribers, that is probably something I shouldn't admit, but we don't. So I'm going to say it, because all the real ones know that this is a process and it's a game. You have to play the game correctly.
Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
Or the game. Don't hate the game either in this case. Please.
You can like or hate anything you want.
All of it. As long as you watch and subscribe and grab your mom and dad's phone and your sister and brother and make them all subscribe.
And their credit card, and you donate to the podcast.
You send that to our Venmo, and you make sure you hit the max button. But anyway, yeah, so as long as you're doing all that, really simple process there, then you're a real one.
Lane,
certified.
What have you been up to?
I honestly don't even remember what we talked about our last podcast.
I think we're doing Would You Rathers.
Is that it?
Maybe, yeah.
Possibly? Okay. Well, since then, I would say that it has gotten significantly hotter.
It's pretty warm.
There's been a lot that has happened since then, in my life, at least. Not to me personally, but there's been a lot of things going on around.
What's going on?
I'll start by saying I don't like extremely hot weather. I hate it. I prefer it to be like 60 degrees all the time.
Well, I think everybody would. I don't think anybody likes it particularly too hot or cold.
I don't know. Whenever I mention that to people, they always go, I want it like 80 degrees. I'm like, I don't.
Well, here's my thing. When it's cold, right?
Yeah.
You can always bundle up. You can add more layers. You can build a fire.
Yep.
If you're really in a pinch, right? But when it's super hot, when it's 100 degrees outside, you can't get any more naked than naked. And it's still too hot,
Yep.
And you can't build an ice. There's nothing you can do. If you're stuck out in the wild, in the heat, and you don't have water, you're pretty much boned. You're just gonna die of heat.
That's what I tell people too. Is like, I can always put a sweatshirt on. I can't magically make a fan feel like a freezer.
Yeah.
I can't magically make the AC in my house feel like 50 degrees. That's not how that works.
We used to do this thing because you know how your dad doesn't turn on the AC, right?
Honestly, I think he's came around more to it since.
Well, not when we were growing up. I mean, no. He has the money for it now, but now...
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he did not back then. It was windows open no matter what.
You're going to have a hot, sticky sleep.
Very hot.
You're not going to get any sleep. You're going to be miserable. It's going to be muggy as hell like you're in the jungle.
And then I actually remember I broke my own fan at that old big house as well. And so...
How'd you break it?
So you and Chloe were messing with it. You're trying to clean it out because it was all dusty and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I all of a sudden, I don't remember exactly what I did, but like the casing was off. So the fins, we'll call them, I guess.
Yeah, the blades.
Yeah, the blades were out. And so I start messing with one and just snap one of them. And I got so sad that...
And they have to be perfectly balanced in order to spin.
Right,
so.
and I got so sad, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And so I don't remember if it was you or Chloe, maybe both. One of you, though, convinced me that I have to tell Dad.
Yeah, because you can't just go without a fan.
Right.
Because at least he can maybe get a new one. They're like $20.
Right, exactly. And so I went down. He was in his office.
Oh God.
And I go, Dad.
Oh jeez.
I broke the fan. And I start crying. I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
And he said it was okay. He said thank you for telling him.
Yeah.
That's why I remember that so well, is because like
it's a core memory for you.
No, seriously though, like genuinely, it seriously is, because like I was fully expecting like I am in a heap of trouble.
Yeah. Well, I think we wouldn't
so,
have told you to tell if we thought it would be that bad,
Maybe.
It
didn't stop me in the future. But
yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, so I remember that to a T, and I remember him just being very trying to go easy on me. I'm sure he wasn't happy about it.
Which house was this?
It was a big house.
Really? You remember stuff from the big house?
Yeah.
Wow. Normally your memory's like so bad, like you don't even remember high school.
Memory. I don't remember high school.
Right. So I can't even believe, but I guess this was such a core memory for you.
Yeah, there's just like specific things. I actually had this one memory that I don't know how old I was. I remember I was very little, very, very little. And I heard a knock on the door. Like our front door.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just me and Dad home. He was on the couch. And I don't know what I was doing, but I just remember this part of it. So I like start walking up to the door trying to open it, except I'm not tall enough to like fully grip the door.
Uh-huh.
And so then like 2 seconds later, Dad gets there and opens the door and whatnot. I don't remember anything after that, but I remember
that's just a core memory.
Right, exactly. Like for no reason.
You used to get out of the bath and then just stand in front of the door, butt ass naked, in front of the glass door, just like watching the cars go by, and then Dad would be like, "Wayne," and then snatch you up.
I remember oh my God, I remember this one time. Oh my God, I have no idea how old I was here either. I remember this one time. All I know is I was very, very little.
Yeah.
I was taking a bath in Dad's bathtub, and as soon as I get in, I drop a turd in the...
I think I remember this.
I drop a turd in the bath, and he grabs me out, throws me on the toilet, because, like, obviously. And I just, like... And the thing is... That's probably what he did. I don't remember exactly, but I'm sure, yeah. That is so bad. I can't believe he did that. It's so bad.
It happens to all of us. That's, a core memory. I remember my mom having to deal with that growing up.
But I thought that was funny. I remember that. I still remember to this day as well. Like, I would constantly get a dream.
Oh, really?
And it was specific. And, I think it's fair to mention, I didn't really know what bowling was back then or anything about bowling.
Just had the vague sense of it.
Right.
Probably from Wii bowling.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Which you were the goat at.
Yeah. So actually, that's probably where it came from. Okay,
that makes 300s. He got a 300 before Dad did in Wii bowling.
I'm sure he's jealous too.
Yeah, because you'd hit we called it the Lano ball. That's where, like, I don't know how you did it, but you'd be all the way on the left, and then you'd throw, and you'd throw it all the way on the right, and it would ride the gutter, and then somehow get a strike hitting the 10 pin.
Oh,
it blew our minds every time, and
Easy.
It was like what happened if you just had like a child who knows nothing about the strategy of bowling and told him to figure it out, and you just like figured it out like backwards, and yeah, you just destroyed him bowling. Because,
I didn't know that part.
And we would try to like emulate it. We could never do it. No one could hit the Lano ball.
That's pretty awesome. But so this dream of mine, it happened a lot. And I remember it was literally just, imagine pins, 10 pins, and a bowling ball going down the alley, except you're super zoomed in on the pins. So all you're seeing is pins. The background is just straight black. And then out of nowhere, this ball just strike. That's it. And I would get that dream very often.
Do you have dreams a lot? Are you a big dreamer head? I like never have dreams. I always just wake up and be like, oh, what happened?
Yeah, I rarely have them anymore. Or remember them, because I guess apparently we have dreams all the time. We just don't remember them.
Yeah, there's like a way you can like train yourself to remember them, but I'm like, it's fine.
Whatever. Yeah. I don't, and like what they call it, lucid dreaming too. It's like I don't know how to do all that, and I don't know if that's actually real.
I don't know. Jamie remembers all of her dreams in excruciating detail that I get to hear about. So some people just have the dream gene. I don't know, but I don't. I'm not a big dream head. I don't know.
When I do remember one, I make sure to tell Gracie immediately because I know I'll forget.
Yeah, yeah. That's what they said, to like keep a journal or like write it in your notes as soon as you wake up. Like get down as much as you can remember as you can before it's gone. And then after you do that, well, you can read the notes and be like, oh, I remember this. And you can just train yourself, and before you know it, like you're just remembering all the time.
Yeah, see, like I don't feel like I'd rather just wake up and go, whoa, that's a pretty cool dream.
Yep, and it's gone.
Whoa, I'm scared. You know?
You ever have like the stress dreams where you're like, you F up really bad and you're in big trouble. And then you wake up and it's like you get a second chance at life.
Yep. For sure.
Oh, those feel amazing though when you have the relief of like getting a second chance. It's amazing.
That's actually probably are my main dreams.
Me too. Chloe says that too. She only has like stress dreams. Like,
yeah. And I usually wake up in a very wet sweat, and it's terrifying.
Or do you have those dreams where you have like a goal? And no matter what, you just can't do it.
You never reach the end. Nope.
Something always sidetracks you or just doesn't go right, and you can never get it done. You wake up and you're just like, you're so unsatisfied. You're like, I never got to do it.
Yep. Or it's like as soon as I'm about to do it, is when I wake up. Like that reminds me. I had this dream that is exactly what you're saying. So it was just I was on this island, middle of nowhere. And I was going through essentially like an obstacle course. Imagine Wipeout, but deadlier, and a lot more obstacles.
Right.
So like it was essentially that.
Yeah.
I got through all the way to the end. There's like 10 stages or something. There's a bunch of them.
Goated.
I get all the way to the end. The final thing is, all I got to do is walk up the mountain on this, slim path that is crumbling and stuff. And so I get to that. I pass that. And then I get to this concrete wall that had like, maybe as much room as much width as my foot. Mm-hmm. I have to very carefully walk across that with the concrete to my back, and to my front is the ocean.
Okay.
And I'm almost there, and I fall. And as I'm about to hit the water, I wake up.
God, yeah.
I went through all of that. I went through the most tortured obstacle course of my life. For what end goal? I don't know. And I never will know. And instead, I fall and I wake up.
You ever think dreams have, like, meaning?
Because
people think that they're like, dreams have deeper meaning. Like, you should read into that and find out what it means. I'm like, I was probably just having that crazy
Yeah, I don't think it means as much as what people think. It literally is just your imagination.
You're just daydreaming, but sleep dreaming.
Like, these are all your intrusive thoughts, like, going into a dream. That's what that is.
It's true. Sometimes I wake up feeling pretty guilty. Like, why did I dream that? I'm crazy. Everybody grows up. Everybody has the accidentally goes to school in their underwear dream growing up. Or in their pajamas or something. Like, you just forgot to get dressed and you're stuck at school. I'm sure I
did have it, but I honestly can't recall.
Or everybody has a teeth falling out dream. Like all your teeth just start falling out. Yeah.
I don't think I had that.
Everybody has those dreams. Everybody does.
I might have it now.
Maybe. Yeah, they just start falling out like one by one. You're like, oh, what's going on?
That's awful. Whenever something bad happens, I just immediately, like, my brain knows to just bite my tongue. And then it goes, oh, can't feel it. Okay, wake up.
Oh, interesting. That's part of lucid dreaming.
Well, that's the only part I can do.
Okay.
Is wake myself up.
Like the inception part, like, Yeah, I got it.
That's literally the only part I can do. As soon as I go, because, like, there can be some, like, out-of-pocket stuff that happens. But once it gets, like, to a certain extent, then I'm like, I'm going to bite my tongue now.
Interesting.
And I don't feel it, and I go, okay, so it's time to wake up, because I'm scared. It's not real.
Right. I've had those where I was like, wait a minute, this is a dream. I can get out of this. And I wake up and I'm like...
See, I can't do it like that. My brain is just telling me to bite my tongue.
That's crazy.
I'm not even forcing myself to do it.
I wonder if you're doing it in your sleep. Obviously not, because you can't feel it.
I don't know.
You know, everything goes to sleep but your ears. So, like, your hearing has a lot to do with your dreams, too, whatever you're listening to.
I just listen to YouTube in the background.
So maybe that might inform some of your dreams, because to stay away from predators, your ears never go to sleep. They're always hearing something. That's how you wake up. You're from your alarm. If your ear shut down, there's no way to wake us up.
Fair enough. Well, no, because doesn't your sense of touch, isn't that still there in a sense as well?
Yeah, but
it could
you
just
also
be disguised in a dream as well, though.
Right, but you can get the phantom touch, or you can obviously you hear things in your dream when you're having the dream, but it's mixed in, and for the most part, it's quiet in your room, so it doesn't bother you too much. But yeah, touch there. But yeah. Right. What I was gonna say about the fan thing when Dad doesn't have the AC on. I don't know if you've ever tried this, but it's like a homemade ghetto AC.
Put ice cubes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I've never done it, but yeah, I've seen it.
That's struggle right there. Yeah.
I've seen it, and it works.
Yeah, but
I've never done it myself.
It can only work so good, though.
It can only work for so long, too.
Yeah, you got to get more.
It's still
ice.
hot behind the fan.
Well, I'm wondering. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm wondering. Is that because if they cover ice in sawdust, it won't melt. That's how they kept ice cold through the whole summer back in the 1800s before refrigerators were around. They kept it in a big barn, and everything was covered in sawdust, and it'd be sweltering in the summer, and the ice would stay put. So you just go out and you take a big chunk of it. You get your machete and take a big hunk of it, and then you rinse it off, and then you can chop that up, and then you can have ice cold lemonade or whatever. So they used to have what's called an ice box, which was the 1800s refrigerator. You filled it with ice, and you filled it all with sawdust, and then so you could put your meat in there and keep everything cold, and then just rinse the sawdust off when you're ready to use it. So I'm wondering, what if you just covered all the ice in sawdust and put that in front of the fan? Infinite cold, right?
I guess so. I mean, maybe you should try it out.
I'm kind of curious now.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. So.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I've never
how
thought
it works.
about it.
I don't know how it works, but
that's weird.
It doesn't melt. Yeah.
Sawdust. Interesting.
Yeah.
That is. I've never heard that in my life. I've never thought about how they kept stuff cold back then.
Yeah, because the only way you could get ice, because you couldn't make an ice cube.
Right.
There's no refrigeration, so you had to go in the winter and cut giant pieces like 20 feet by 20 feet, big chunks out of the lake, of the ice in the lake, and then you cut that up into slabs, and then you get those into big Minecraft cubes.
Yeah.
Then you store that in your ice place, whether it's your ice barn or wherever, and then you have it ready there for the summer. So you're always eating frozen lake water, but I think when it freezes, it squeezes everything out of there, I guess. So that's not too bad.
Well, I'm sure it's better than drinking boiling water.
Well, that was another thing, is that beer, they couldn't refrigerate it, so it was always warm. When you're in the summer or whatever, when you get it out of the draft, it's always warm. So they would just have warm drinks all the time.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I'd be really sad.
Yeah, and if you can't afford ice, because it would be pretty expensive, it's listen, you only have the whole lake.
Yeah.
And everybody wants some ice. It's hot as hell, So it's you got to pay up for some ice. And you're like, well, I can't put ice cubes in my beer. That's weird, So,
hey, I'd do it if it was that hot.
Yeah. But it would be warm and flat. They would have it for breakfast. It was crazy back then. Yeah, it really struggled. But I wonder, because they had fans starting, I want to say late teenage, they had motorized electric fans, maybe 1900 or something. I wonder if anybody made AC out of the ice cubes with the sawdust on them.
I feel like they had to have.
They're probably like,
right?
this is brilliant.
I feel like they had to have.
And they were going outside when it was hot wearing like full suits of like wool and shit. Because you would get bullied if you just weren't wearing suits all the time. That's why everybody was so dapper. Because if you weren't, everybody make fun of you and you'd be sad.
Now everyone looks like bums.
Exactly. They would have a heart attack if they went to Walmart today.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, Walmart at nighttime. It would be something else. Truly.
Dirty. They'd be like, oh my god. They would look so weird. They'd get made fun of for going to Walmart in a suit.
Yeah.
How the times have changed.
They wouldn't know what Walmart is.
No, they wouldn't. They would be like, because superstores weren't a thing until like after the war, so in the 50s.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? You're telling me I don't have to go to the butcher to get my meat? And then go to this place to get the vegetables, and then go to the bakery to get the bread, and go to the... It's all in one place? All on different shelves? It blew their mind.
They wouldn't be able to believe it.
They would be like, this is crazy. You guys are living like kings. Be like, yeah, I guess so, but also our phones are rotting our brains.
Yeah.
And we never appreciated a sunset for real.
No.
And so they'd be like, okay, well, that sounds like it sucks. Also, what are all these ingredients on this thing? What happened to
It's all slowly killing you.
What happened to your bread? You're like, oh, well, this is the price to pay of not having to walk next door to the bakery.
Yep.
They go, oh, okay, some future, ha ha ha.
Yep. So hey, it's cheaper.
They go, well, at least your movies, you must have amazing movies now. You guys have color films. We just saw this one called Casablanca. You guys made one better than that yet? Oh, about that, yeah. We just watched Tall Girl 2.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a Netflix.
Oh.
Like,
oh, okay. Oh, wait, no, is that... I think I saw that, actually.
Yeah.
I think
Our
Dad
Kissing
watched
Booth. We
that.
just watched Kissing Booth.
Yeah, I can't believe I liked that movie back then.
Well, the thing is, that's in one of those things where, like, we were so jealous that you were so basic to enjoy those movies and enjoy, like, your music and to, like, get with the times. Because you can be like, man, I had a really 2010s growing up, you know?
Yeah.
We're going to be like, man, I spent the whole 2010s wishing it was the 90s. I really can't live in the present, you know?
Yeah. What have you done to me?
Well, you know, it's interesting because you have changed a lot in that respect. You're much more sophisticated. You have much greater tastes. You're watching movies like Casablanca now, which is something I can never even fathom you doing 5 years ago, maybe, you know?
No, probably
You're
not.
so staunch in your ways. And now you're smart enough to be sad about the times we live in. I mean, they say ignorance is bliss. Do you believe that?
Ignorance is bliss, and I like how that sounds.
Yeah, it's a good saying. You ever heard of that?
Of course.
Ignorance is bliss. But it's also, you know, blindness to an extent, you know? There's so many people you're like, God, you're so blind. You're just so dumb. You don't know. And
hey, well, you know, it's all coming out now, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's hard to be ignorant these days. It's all in your face all the time, whether you ask for it or not.
Yep.
You go, I gotta call my sister. I gotta call my sister on Instagram. I'm gonna call her on Instagram. Okay, let's open up. Hold on. I got a notification here. I get new deals on Amazon. Amazon. That's right. They're killing the whole planet and taking water with their AI. Anyways, I'm not gonna be sad. I have to call my sister. You know, go on there and you open up Instagram and you go, and a reel. Okay. Well, I guess I gotta watch this. Oh, they're filming someone in Walmart without their consent. They're pranking them. Okay. I'll just watch another. And then you're like, whoa, wait, hold on, wait. I gotta call someone. You can't do anything now. Everything just happens to you. If before you go on the internet, you go www.cartoons.com. You have to go do it. Now you go open the phone. You go, oh, that's not what I asked for, but it's happening now. You know?
Yeah, for sure. That's for anything you use. I mean,
everything
there's
now,
ads and everything you'll ever do.
Back in those
Even-
horrible times with warm beer, if you want to make a phone call, you put in the number of the person you're calling, and then you're calling them. Yeah. And then you guys have a conversation.
Yep. That's true.
Wayne, how's the new lawnmower?
It's pretty good.
You tell the audience at home they don't know all the... because they've been chomping at the bits here about this lawnmower arc of yours. Last we heard, you were doing your yard with a reel mower.
Yeah, so I used that a few times, and I decided that it wasn't the best for my my kind of yard. My yard is at a slant, and reel mowers are better for a flat ground.
It was probably fine for the in the fenced part, the in-fence part, between the garage and the door, right?
No.
Oh.
No. And so, not only that, but it's also better with no trees around, because anything that falls from that tree will lock that reel mower up.
Yeah, just clog it up.
immediately.
Any acorn.
Yeah, it does not matter. It could be the weakest stick you've ever seen. It will lock it up.
Yeah, I guess
so
I
that
forgot
makes it
about
tough.
that.
And so I decided to get a pretty expensive mower with my tax money.
Oh,
And it's
What you
working
got?
great so far. I don't even know.
it's an electric.
Some electric Greenworks.
Nice. Greenworks,
mower.
they're on the up and up. If you need to put stock in something right now, do it. Greenworks, I predict they're going to start making electric cars.
Is that right?
That's my prediction. So put money on that. Put some stock into Greenworks right now. We need electric cars that aren't Tesla. People don't like Tesla. They don't like Elon Musk, But the environment's dying.
Corvette's got some electric cars.
That's true, but we can't all afford Corvettes.
No, I just mentioned it because it's a cool car.
Oh yeah, Corvettes are cool. But Greenworks, they're still like, even though they're expensive, they're still like the budget option when it comes to electric lawnmowers. There's
Yeah, see, it seemed that way because this one still came with 2 battery packs, the charging for that, obviously.
Yep.
And then a pretty nice mower. I thought it was going to be a bunch of cheap plastic.
No.
But I got it, and it's like metal. And
Really? Mine's plastic.
It's like metal. They try to make it feel like metal.
An
It's just
alloy.
extremely hard plastic. That's all.
Okay, yeah, mine's like.
But it is still really nice.
What do you
and-
need all the metal for anyway? I mean, it just.
I don't know
weighs
if
down.
it explodes. I'd rather plastic fly at me than a bunch of metal.
Well, there's
shards.
no other moving parts
So-
besides the motor, so there's not much to explode. It's not a combustion engine where explosions are happening 100 times a second.
Right. I mean, I've seen some explode though.
The electrics?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I bet Greenworks are going to start making the budget version of the electric cars. Mark my words. Put your money on it now,
the budget
fellas.
version's only $200,000 now.
Yes.
It's better.
It's better. We got to save the planet, I guess, by dumping lithium-ion batteries into the ocean.
Yes.
But, anything's better than the gas, I guess. I'm even doing my part. We got the electric. And it works. It has the propelling on it.
The self-propel?
Yeah.
It's great. I can
It's like going
So
for
I
a
can
leisurely
adjust it.
stroll in the yard.
I can adjust it from turtle mode
Oh,
all the way to
bunny.
rabbit mode.
Yeah.
And then
That's pretty good.
from there can even hit the turbo button,
Horse
which I
mode.
have not done yet because I already have it on rabbit mode.
You'd be running. Yeah.
I already have it on rabbit mode, and I think that's just fine.
Mine has no chill. It goes so fast. Like, I have to be on, like, the second to lowest setting for it to be a pretty leisurely stroll. Anything
Yeah, my
about that, and
turtle
it's, like,
mode-
flying out of my hand.
My turtle mode, it's genuinely like, I would say less than a mile per hour.
That's probably fine. That's good.
It's not good for me. I want to mow my lawn fast.
Yeah.
I hate cutting grass.
Yeah.
Why does the grass have to grow like that? It's dumb.
Well, we talked about this in an episode, yeah, but
It's dumb.
how's the battery life on it?
Good so far. I've only used it twice. It's been
Okay.
so unbelievably hot that like.
Well, that's why I do mine first thing in the morning before it gets hot out. The sun is still on the horizon. I did it this morning. It's like
I did mine today too this morning.
yeah. So yeah, you got to get it when it's not the sun overhead.
Right, but even then, as soon as you mow it, that sun is going to murder your grass. Your grass is going to burn if you cut it too short.
It's all right.
Which
I don't
not
cut
gonna
short.
lie, yours looks a little short. It might start to burn, but
I don't know.
I already see
like this every
see
year.
patches. I swear, I see patches. You can tell.
Then burn it all. I don't want to cut it no more.
I don't mean like that. I mean it's gonna be like some parts of your yard are gonna be very brown, and the other parts will be very green.
Well, that's fine. It'll
But
rain.
it's fine. Yeah. It just hasn't rained in a little while.
Right. I didn't
And-
ask for this chore. This is
Right.
just a burden we all have to do.
Right.
As long
But
as
anyway,
it's cut.
yeah. So I mean, I got that. Your yard's looking great now.
Yeah.
Because this actually like cuts the grass.
And kill sticks too.
And kill
acorns.
sticks, and I purposely run over the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Not as long as they're small ones, because I don't want to just like murder my blades. But yeah, and then I got this cool weed whacker too. And honestly, I like the weed whacker so much that if my yard was like small enough, I would just use a weed whacker. I love my weed whacker. It's great.
That's awesome.
It's a
Yeah.
really nice weed whacker.
I mine's so little. I have a little dinky one, but
Fun fact, before I forget.
yeah.
So Gracie still has some of her like Tennessee lingo, right?
Yeah.
And that just reminded me.
Weed whipper.
They call it a weed eater.
Weed eater. You got
And
the weed eater.
so she thought that it was called weed eater.
Ah.
Weed with a D in front of eater. She thought they were separate words, but with a D in front of eater. Not weed eater, weed deeter. And she was so convinced of this that she calls and sends videos to her friend asking what it's called and how it's spelled without saying what she said. So it's not like, just agreeing with her. And sure enough, she says it the same way, but she knows it's not spelled weed deeter. That's just how they say it, weed eater. It's because they're saying it as one word. But Gracie was convinced to the bone, to the core, that it was pronounced and spelled weed eater.
Well,
And so I'm calling her out on the podcast right here, right now, that she may never even hear that she's a goofball.
as they say in the South, bless her heart. Jamie does that all the time, and she has no excuse. She just says things wrong all the time. I don't know, weed whacker, because we call it weed whacker.
Yep, it's
That's-
whacking the weeds.
Right, but that's not what everybody. Some people call a weed whipper in some parts.
But it's not whipping the weeds. It's not a
whipping.
whip.
It's whipping.
That's not how whips work.
I don't know. It's
You don't
whack.
spin a whip around.
It's
and
not
that's how you
whacking
whip.
with a bat or a baton.
Well, you don't say I'm gonna whack the ball.
Yeah, huh?
No, you say I'm gonna hit the ball.
You say I'm gonna whack the ball. Yeah,
No.
you do that for sure.
I do not say that.
Well, some people say weed whip, and then some people. I didn't know about the weed eater thing. I guess that's a southern thing.
It's still dumb. It's
But
not
that's
eating
still
the
not
weeds.
even what it's called. That's not what what it's called on the package. It's called a string cutter.
That's dumb. That's stupid.
And that's what they call it in California. It's like
Pass me the string cutter.
Yeah, and they'll be like, here you go, there you go.
That's stupid.
But over here, it's weed whacker. Other place, weed whipper. And I guess in the South, it's weed eater. I wonder why it has so many names. It's a string
Probably
cutter.
because string cutter sounds stupid.
Because you're not cutting the string. The string's doing the cutting. You don't.
Yeah, that's dumb.
You want to call it a knife cutter? You'd be like, what? It cuts knives?
This knife cuts other knives?
Right.
All
It's a
right.
food
Sick.
cutter.
Okay.
And maybe it needs its own one-word name because we don't call it a food cutter. It's a knife.
Yeah.
So maybe a weed whacker. I don't know. You can do more than weeds with it. Plant cutter.
I don't call my vacuum a wood cleaner, a carpet cleaner.
That is true. It's a vacuum. And that's not even what a vacuum is. A vacuum is like just where air doesn't exist.
That's also true. Yeah.
Space is a vacuum. So
Yeah.
Why,
Huh.
why do we call it the vacuum?
Interesting.
That's a sucker.
Air sucker crumbs.
Air
That's what
sucker
we should,
crumb. That's
what we should call it.
really good, Lane.
Honestly?
Actually, I think we're making it out of the hood.
Honestly, I would do that. I think that'd be good. Put it on the box, sign the label, and send it out for shipping.
What, Lane, you been watching any movies lately?
No.
No.
I'm just playing. I've been watching a few movies. I know where we're going with this. So before I get into that rant that probably could go on for 5 hours.
About Casablanca, right?
Not even.
Oh.
I will mention that I have watched a few movies recently. I'll pull up a list of everything I've watched in the past, I don't know, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks.
It's true.
There's been quite a few.
You be watching movies, though.
Yeah, there's been quite a few.
You saw I had my review of 500 Days of Summer, a movie that you hated.
I hated it.
What did you think of my review?
I thought, I don't remember what it was anymore.
Okay, that's fine.
I remember that you rated it lower than you had originally.
I think so. I think I changed it to 3.
Yeah, you had it lower than it was originally. So in the past,
It hits you different at different times.
yeah. So okay, so the past 2.5 weeks, I have watched Casablanca,
So good.
all of the Hunger Games series
That's
except
true.
for Mockingjay Part 2. This horrible documentary called The Crash, Obsession, and Send Help.
Grave of Fireflies.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's in the mix of the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Yes, that is in the middle of the Hunger Games. I watched Grave of the Fireflies as well.
It's a good movie.
All really, these were pretty much all really good movies. I've been
Except for
kind
The
of on a
Crash.
hot streak recently. Casablanca, I have 4-star. Hunger Games,
Equally
and-
good movie as Casablanca.
No,
4
because
stars.
I don't like it, the rating system that much, because they're such different genres
Yeah.
that like they're not comparable.
Yeah, like
They're not
a
comparable.
4-star horror movie is different from yeah. It should be 10, but I guess we have the halves, so I guess it is 10.
Yeah, it's just like, but it's like I don't know. I like the Hunger Games series,
Just differently.
And-
Yeah.
and I don't know. I like the movies.
No, I'm the same way. I'm
It's
always
just weird, like,
uh,
I don't know. I've been on a hot streak. It's just like, but if you had to ask me, just overall, which movie's better, Casablanca or The Hunger Games? I think that's a pretty clear answer, you know. But it's hard to just
but
like
they're still goated
display
4-star
that,
movies,
you know.
yeah.
Like it's obvious which movie's better.
I'm seeing
but-
here I gave Star Trek First Contact 4 stars. Even though I think it's kind of a bad movie, I just liked it enough to give it 4 stars.
Didn't you give another Star Trek like 2 though?
Yeah, that one
recently?
was horrible.
Yeah.
I think I did 2 that were bad. I
Yeah.
was watching all the next gen movies, and Star Trek movies are hard to do because Star Trek the show is a slow, boring show about people talking. So when you make a movie about that, people are expecting like a sci-fi action space adventure, akin to
Yeah,
Star
that's
Wars.
probably what I would expect. Yeah.
So then you watch the movie, and you're like, well, this is weird because this isn't like Star Trek. But I guess it has to be like this because it's a movie. But now they're doing all that. There's no time for the boring talking because it's just it's a space movie.
Yep.
So you can't. It's hard to do a Star Trek movie, right?
Well, that and there's just like a lot of them.
There is a ton of them, and
So-
I only watched the 4 next gen movies. There's still like 6 of the OG series.
Yeah.
That I gotta watch. Which I know some of those are pretty good. We watched.
I'm
some
sure.
of those.
Yeah, I'm sure some of them are good, but
Dad showed us
It,
those growing up.
yeah, I mean, it gets to a point though. For example, like Fast and Furious, which I don't think those movies were ever good, but
Right. Me neither.
point being, it's like they're only getting worse as they go on though. Or like for another example,
Yeah.
Scary Movie, like how another one's coming out really soon. It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad, and nobody thinks it's gonna be good. It's just like
I think that's kind of the point.
let's go to the theater, see the new Scream. eat some popcorn, guess, and what drives me nuts about those movies is that there's never clues that make sense when you find out
No,
who
nothing
it
makes
is.
sense.
The explanation is always stuff that nobody would ever know. So it's like, yes, and I did this, and because of that, they're explaining it and maybe have some flashbacks, and you're like, there was none of that in the movie. There's nothing to give us a little crumb and think it's always going to be a roll of the dice. Anybody could have said what you just said, and it would work because it doesn't. There's no point to it,
Yeah, the last Scream was only good because Jenna Ortega was in it.
See, back when she was still the it girl, yeah. I'm trying to think who's the new it girl. I think I don't know. We had Mia Goth for a while. She was in all sorts of stuff when she was doing Pearl.
Yeah, I don't even know what she's doing now.
She did the Frankenstein movie.
Didn't even watch it.
People liked it. Jenna Ortega was the it girl for a while. She was also in X, which was with Mia Goth. And then I think Sophie Thatcher had a couple of movies in a row. Heretic, and she's from Yellow Jackets. She's the one with the crazy wolf cut.
Never watched Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're kind of without an it girl right now. I think it was Kaylee Spaney for a while. She did Priscilla, and then Civil War, and then she was in Alien Romulus.
I saw that.
She's the one with the short hair. She was in a bunch of stuff. She's kind of an it
that
girl
movie
for a
was
minute.
Better than I expected.
It's always hit or miss with the Alien movies.
It was better than I expected. I watched it with Dad. It was a lot
I heard
better
it was
than I
good.
expected. For sure. I don't remember if I rated that, actually. That might have been before I started rating movies again.
Yeah.
But I do remember liking it, though. Surprisingly. I was expecting not to.
I think we have less of an it. We have an it genre going on. It's hot. It's frothy. It's liminal horror, which we made a liminal horror movie called The Complex that hasn't come out yet. We foresaw this trend of liminal horror movies.
Just didn't get it out in time.
Well, isn't that crazy though?
If you guys got it out 6 months earlier, it genuinely could have already blown up by now.
Well, we're hoping to catch the wave.
Yeah.
Because it's coming out this October, and I think that the Backrooms, is going to kick off the mainstream liminal wave. So when we were doing it, so for those who don't know, liminal horror is horror based on liminal images and spaces. So everybody knows the Backrooms, that's an OG liminal image, and then people come up with ideas, and it's those images are always kind of nostalgic and kind of creepy at the same time, pictures.
For example, a playhouse.
Yeah.
When you go at McDonald's and you're in the slide and
but nobody's there.
Like
nobody's
exactly.
at
It's
it.
super dark and now there's this monster chase. Stuff like that.
So yeah, liminal horror. It was it's been popular for a while in video games.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Roblox has the Backrooms games, a ton of liminal horror games.
There was actually a pretty. I don't remember the name of it, but there was a pretty big game recently that made an entire game of that as well. Not Backrooms, but
the kind of idea of it.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. So
The
it's been a trend in games for sure.
So then they started getting into movies. So there was Skinamarink, and then there was I saw the TV Glow. And the thing about these movies, they're they're scary in their liminalness, where it's pretty slow and empty, and there's not a lot of stuff to jump out and scare you, but you're creeped out the whole time because you're just I'm uncomfortable in this liminal space, So we like that vibe. It's obviously it's on everybody's mind. So that was what we were going for when we were making our movie. We wanted to make this a liminal horror movie, which it very much is.
The only difference is that you guys filmed yours prior to these big box office ones.
Yeah. So now we got some huge hitters here, the Backrooms movie, and we posted our first teaser trailer for the Complex. We posted it, and everybody's saying the Backrooms is gonna spawn so many knockoffs like these, and we're
Yeah.
like, here we go. But we did get a lot of views on the trailer. We got like
Did you?
2,000 views.
Oh, really? Is this just on the Bright Afternoon Productions channel?
Yeah.
Shout out.
And we posted it on other things too. We got
Okay,
a lot
sweet.
of views.
Yeah, I
but-
saw it on Facebook. Saw it
And
on
it was
Merritt's
just like a 30-second like
Yeah,
teaser.
yeah,
It's
for
not
sure.
even a trailer yet.
Right.
But you can already get the vibes. You're like, okay, we got a liminal room, like.
Yep.
But
I'm
people
excited
are
for it.
already like, it kind of looks like a Backrooms knockoff. But we made it first. We just didn't. We didn't post it. We didn't finish it. It's hard for 5 people.
Yeah, it's pretty hard when you don't have an entire production company behind you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got a total 5 people working on this movie.
But it's
So,
fine if
yeah.
if people want to go check out the new Backrooms knockoff when it comes out, and that it gets them to watch it, so be it.
And that happens to be the complex. Yeah, absolutely.
Right, and you're like, hey, that was pretty good.
Look, if that is the label that movie gets, and it still gets
I'll
a
take
million
it.
watches, I would count that as a win.
Because listen, the thing with these genres, especially one that's just now taking off, is that they always kind of start off saying that they're clones of each other before you're like, this is a genre. Like the second first-person shooter game that came out, they called it a Doom clone, Because they're like, this is like a clone of Doom. It's first-person shooting, just like Doom, the first game to do it. So every time you played one after, you're like, oh, it's a Doom clone.
And now it's like a norm.
That's first-person shooting, That's just what
Yeah.
it is, So I think there's other, I'm sure the second slasher movie came out, they're like, oh, it's like a Halloween ripoff.
Yeah.
But now it's its whole thing,
Yeah, for sure.
So I think we'll see that. I think the historians looking back at the 2020s liminal horror boom will hopefully one day point to the complex as one of the early landmarks of the genre.
What would you do if the complex goes on to make $1 million in revenue?
I'd quit my job and I would make another.
Would you give your bestie any money?
Merrick?
Me.
He would. Oh. Well, you would if you donate and become a producer.
I donated to you.
I guess so. I don't know. It'd be part of that. Well, I would hire you for the next one. You already know that. And then so you would probably get paid for the next one for sure.
The next one?
Yeah.
But what about this one that made $1 million?
I'm gonna spend that $1 million on a movie that's gonna get us $100 million.
You could throw me a band.
I don't know if I can. I think you have a much bigger savings. I need the money more than you do.
I don't have a savings anymore.
Neither do I.
It's depleted.
Well, we have negative savings.
Oh.
I need the money more than you. I promise.
But well, what?
And I earned it.
guess
I
you
made the
probably
movie.
can't say
It's
that.
my movie.
Come on.
It would be nice to
Throw
make a
dog a
living.
bone.
I'll give you $1. I'll buy you lunch.
Okay.
Yeah,
Deal.
there you go.
Deal. Handshake on it. All right.
And I think it'd be nice because then I could make a living just making music for movies.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Because all you need is that one to kind of take you off, and I start doing other things like I think his name's John Sweetheart. John Sweetheart, not John Sweetheart. Sweetheart, like SWI. He did the soundtrack for Napoleon Dynamite, which is like a very inspirational movie and soundtrack for me. That's like one of the low budget movies. It's like a $4,000 budget movie, and it's Napoleon Dynamite. It's like the hugest phenomenon when I was growing up back in the 2000s.
Another one of those few movies that just like with a almost nothing budget.
Yeah, and the
blew
soundtrack was just like a couple of old Casio keyboards. It's just like you can tell it was made in a bedroom type of sound, but it was so catchy and like perfect for the movie.
Yeah.
And that guy just makes movie music all the time now. Like he just does huge movies. He did How I Met Your Mother, like the whole show.
Really?
Yeah, like he does. I think he did like some stuff on. I think it was like 21 Jump Street. He just did one big movie I just saw, but
21 Jump Street's fun.
yeah. I mean, you get to make music. So it would be nice if I could just do. I don't even have to be a trillionaire. I would just like to pay the bills doing something I like, you know.
And pay your best friend's bills.
They're all getting paid because we made the movie. All 5 of us, of my best friends, made the movie, so hopefully we're getting paid. I mean, she's gonna make it out the biggest. She's the producer. She's gonna make a ton of cash. So, and then if she goes into a career in producing, it's over. She's gonna be the one who's making the trillions there.
All right, let's say someone from a production company reaches out to you after the Complex comes out and offers you a job for what you're telling me right now, but only you. That's all. No one else in the crew involved.
Just to like make a soundtrack?
Make soundtracks, stuff like that.
Yeah. They would all want me to do it. They would be very happy for me to do it.
I didn't know how dedicated to the crew you were.
Oh no, it's not like that. We're all very selfless people. We all want to succeed.
That's good.
If I told them like, yeah, I turned it down because I don't want to betray you guys, they'd be, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about?
They go,
what else is this for?
Fair enough. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how strung together.
I'd be very nervous because I'd be like, listen, all I got is like a sampler and like a little keyboard. Like, you're gonna have to give me some money up front
they'd help you
to upgrade my studio. You know,
I'm sure they would help you do that.
And even then, I don't know any music theory. You know, I'm like kind of just go at it by ear.
I think it's better like that.
Honestly. I think, yeah. Well, maybe what if I had to like do an orchestra. I'm going to have a hard time.
Well, yeah, but...
You're going to have to hire me for something you know I can do. You know, you have to play to
horror sounds you could do.
I can do that pretty good. I'm good at messing around with that.
You do a lot of distorted type sounds, the very horror-y sounds.
Well, there's like guys like Cliff Martinez where you only get him if you want the Cliff Martinez like synthy sound like Drive or like Neon Demon.
Right, exactly. And there's actors like that too. You know, they can only be like themselves, but they're just so good at it and so perfect.
Right, like Jack Black. Roles. Like Jack Black is not an actor. He is
right. You're not going to see him and
Jack Black.
Right, he's gonna be Jack Black no matter what.
Right, and you're gonna be like, that was awesome. He was so Jack Black. Let's go see the new Jack Black movie. That's why you go and see it.
Exactly. So it's like there's no problem with that. You know, even though I don't think you're a one-way. You know,
I'm pretty versatile because I think we were trying to. I like taking pride in that I can do any genre. Like when we were growing up, like in high school, me and Merrick were always making like a new album, and it'd be like a different genre. Like every time we're like, all right, this is the cowboy album, this is like the dance album, and like our Arby's album that we have it's like 20 songs, and each song is a different genre. So I like to be versatile like that. I like to know how to get to the root of what makes like something the way it is,
Yeah.
And that's always fun. So I think I could do a good job in whatever you ask me to do. I think I'm a jack of all trades.
For sure, yeah. I just mean in the sense of what your current setup is, I definitely think, if they were not willing to help you out on that standpoint.
Well, yeah. Well, Danny Elfman, he was in a rock band. He was in a rock band called Oingo Boingo in the 80s. It was a rock band where you play guitars and you go, I love little girls, they make me feel so good. That's a real song. But
copyright.
It was an 80s rock band. But Danny Elfman, he went on to do movie soundtracks. And he did the Spider-Man soundtrack. He did the Batman theme.
I was going to say, that sounds really familiar.
And those are all orchestras. He went on to be like an orchestra guy. He did all the music for Nightmare on Elm Street. He sang as Jack in that one. And that's like huge musical production.
For sure, yeah.
So, and that's he started out just jamming on some chords, in the 80s in a rock band. So if you got the stuff, you can definitely branch out and become more orchestra pilled.
Yeah, I definitely think that. And I'm not even saying this as like, I don't feel it's biased, but I feel like whenever you show me some of the stuff you're working on or something like that, I go, that sounds really good. And it always makes me think of like certain situations where that can be used.
I'll play
And I
something
don't
for you
just-
after this. It's really cool. You'll like it.
Yeah, so it's just like I think about that stuff when you show me, and I'm like, I don't think about that stuff with like other things. I just go, oh yes, it's music. You know,
When it comes to a soundtrack or just listening to,
just anything like
it doesn't evoke a certain scene in your
right,
head.
exactly. I don't listen to a particular set of noises or horror or distortion or anything like that and go, this scene would be good with that, something
Right.
like this. But when I hear yours, it just automatically like pops in my head, like on cue, like I already had it loaded up.
Oh yeah.
And
Well,
it's
that's
like,
I'm trying to get to, because that's what makes a good soundtracker. Is like, because it's easy enough to just play a couple of notes. Because soundtracks don't have to be too complicated. They're just supposed to be in the background. You don't want to distract from the movie. You
Right,
know?
exactly, yeah.
So it's like, one or two notes can do the trick, and if you have a little rhythm, but it's like, can you curate that into a mood, that fits?
Yeah.
And that's ultimately, I think, what makes it a good vibe. You've seen some of the ones that I did before we started.
Yep, yeah, I've seen some. You showed me a few, I think, of stuff you were thinking about using towards the movie.
Yeah, there's the one that we did last time where you're like, it sounds good, but I don't know where it would fit in the movie.
Yeah.
I showed that one to Merrick, and he was just like, that sounds good. I'm going to see if I can put it in the movie just because I like it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It was
if
nice.
you can, don't worry
good.
about it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It's just, I don't know what the film looked like, So
That's true.
I have no idea where it would fit.
I know, I just
would
did
be
this
the one.
I'll show it, or I'll play it for you, but I can't show it to you matched with the movie. But it's so awesome matched with the movie. I can't leak it.
You can't show me match with the movie.
But
no
you can
spoilies.
listen to it. Maybe you can get some ideas in your head. But I'll play it on the PM. But
So are you like looking at certain scenes and going, what sounds good here? Are you just making the beats and going?
So we watched it together. We watched the musicless cut.
Okay, sweet. Yep.
So I've seen the movie quite a few times now, but it gets better and better every time I make a song.
Are you slowly adding songs in there, or
yeah? So we had my notebook over there, and we
Okay.
watched it together. And every time he'd be like, "Okay, pause," and then he would be like, "Okay, at this scene," and he put the timestamp, and I would write it down, and he would say kind of what he's looking for. So he'd be like, "I'm looking for something swirly, delirious. I'm looking for." Something that's gonna make you uneasy, but it like a growing uneasiness or whatever,
For
and
sure.
that's what's written on there. Here, let me see some of my notes. Industrial, dreary violin. He'll say just something like creepy synth here, so he's telling me the vibe he kind of wants and maybe a little bit of the sound, or it's like synthy or something or industrial. And then I'll be like, okay, and so I'm watching the scene, and especially I have to sync it up to the movie.
Right, yeah.
So I can't just have a random like a random song that like goes do 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 dun dun bang, and like nothing happens in the movie to make it go bang, So
I have heard that in movies before, though, and I'm just like, why?
you're like, oh, you just downloaded this from somewhere and didn't make it for it.
Like, what was the point?
So what I'm doing is I'm making it, and it's all live performance. All my recordings are just live.
Yeah.
And so you have to like start the song at that timestamp where I did it, and I'm watching the scene, and I'm playing to it so that it all syncs up. And that's how you do it with like an orchestra. That's how you do it. I think with an orchestra, that's like doing it to the movie. When it comes to like other kind of soundtracks, normally that's not how they do it. They'll just make songs and be like, okay, put it in. But I want it to match like an orchestra.
Well, yeah, exactly. I don't really care for that even. I want the music to be so good that it's so subtle and like you really have to focus because you go, what? Oh wow, that's nice. You start listening to it and you're just like, oh, that's.
It should come
you take
in
the
and
movie
out.
right.
Yeah.
You take the movie aspect away from what you're hearing. Do you still like what you're hearing?
Right.
Kind
There's
of thing?
some pretty boring generic soundtracks.
Right,
that, like,
exactly.
get the job done, like some generic like dun 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 type of thing.
Yeah.
But don't have any like soul by themselves, to it. It's like, oh, this is just the music you needed, huh?
Yep.
Type of thing. Which, I guess it gets the job done for the movie. It's all in service of the movie.
That actually reminds me. There's a lot of that in. As much as I love this game, I noticed it though. There's a lot of that in the Uncharted games.
Right.
They have a lot of cool.
Like they have the theme song, which rocks.
Yeah, they have.
But for the rest of
ones,
it, it's just kind of just like
playing through like the campaign and stuff. It's like a lot of it. I'm just like, eh.
You're just like,
and
it's
it's like
some random
they try to like sync it up sometimes, but it's like. It's all depending on how fast you're moving, though.
Well, there'll be cutscenes that will have like music, but even then, I don't remember too much of it besides like the main theme.
It's mostly mostly just the first game, honestly.
Just kind of generic strings,
right? Exactly. But I thought it was funny when you mentioned that. That's immediately where my mind went to. But I don't know. Again, still great. Theme song's great.
But then there's games like Resident Evil. Which they have a song for every situation, but those songs all stick with you. Like you remember all of the soundtrack. Like you're like, God, there's so many good songs in Resident Evil and all the games, or like Silent Hill. Like those are some of the greatest soundtracks of all time. They serve the game really well, while also being very memorable on their own, which I think just elevates the whole project to the next degree. You don't want to phone it in, Like John Carpenter doing Halloween. He could have just done some generic scary music, but he just couldn't help it because he's an artist to make
vision.
The greatest soundtrack ever,
He had a vision.
He did.
And I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. I'm not afraid to say it.
It's all for the art of it.
It is, and boy, did it work. Oh, boy.
So good.
Also, quick side note. You mentioned Silent Hill, and it made me think of why they stopped making those games. Aside from the one that just came out, I forgot.
They're coming back. Yeah, they were. There was a hiatus of like 15 years.
What was that? Why did they stop making them?
So Konami decided they owned the rights to Silent Hill.
Yeah.
So they were going to make a movie called Silent Hills with Hideo Kojima at the helm, and they had the super famous, like the most famous game demo of all time called PT, which just means playable trailer. Everybody was playing it. It's this scary, demo. And then at the end, it reveals that it's going to be the new Silent Hill game. Gets canceled because then Konami decides that they don't want to make games anymore. They just want to focus on the slots.
Gotcha.
And they're like, listen, we can give you a whole bunch of money and make some art or whatever and gamble on it being paid off. But listen, who does gambling better than Konami? They know where the revenue comes from. They just wanted to focus on the slots. So they stopped game production. The thing that sucks about that is that they own the rights to a bunch of games.
Yep.
And no, Sony can't just show up and be like, hey, we noticed you're not doing anything with Silent Hill. Can we have that? They're like, no, because people love our Silent Hill slot machine,
Yeah.
Or like the Castlevania one they have at round one.
What happened for them to?
Which is why we're not getting Castlevania games either.
What happened to them making a new one then? Did they sell or did they start making games again?
I think they started making. I think they're Konami games. I think they came back.
So they're probably still good then.
Well, it's interesting because it all started with PT. So they had this demo, it gets canceled, and everybody just wants to capture the magic of PT, right?
Yeah.
So Resident Evil decides, listen, we're scrapping this whole thing. We're rebooting. We need to make Resident Evil 7 like the PT that never happened. Which is why it was first person, and why it was a super different
I really like
game. Resident Evil 7 is the GOAT.
Very good.
And that's why it was like the way it was, because the impact that PT had on the industry and like gaming was just insurmountable. So Resident Evil becomes this new huge like influx. Like it was at the bottom of the barrel, and now it's like, oh, Resident Evil rocks again.
Yeah.
Thanks to the influence of PT making RE7. Now everybody wants more Resident Evil. So they go, let's start remaking the games. So Resident Evil 2 remake comes out, huge success.
Huge.
They did 4.
Very good.
Huge success, and they're all good. So Konami sees an opportunity and says, let's remake Silent Hill 2. And while we're at it, let's make some other Silent Hill games.
Silent Hill F.
Silent Hill F, some other
I've heard that was good, though. I heard it was really
awesome.
good.
I like it.
I've never
I'm
played
big.
it,
I'm a big old Japan guy, so
Yeah.
it looks awesome.
I have not played...
And those games were good. And it's interesting because they're not first person like PT was going to be. They took the model from the Resident Evil 2 remake. So it's interesting how they inspired Resident Evil, who then evolved and then inspired Silent Hill. Isn't that funny? So that's how that happened.
And honestly, as bad as I'm sure it sucked back then for them to cancel that, maybe it worked out for the best.
I think so because
I love
Hideo
Resident Evil.
Kojima was going to make the game.
Yeah.
And they've been just letting him make whatever he wants these days. So he made Death Stranding, like 1 and 2.
Oh, I heard that was great. The second one that just came out.
And they're all crazy games, but at the same time, there's also like times where like, maybe there's a reason why, producers should tell some people no sometimes,
Yeah.
Because if you just say yes to everything, you get the Star Wars prequels, where it's just like, somebody should have like pushed back a little bit on some of these ideas, maybe phone it, narrow it down a little bit instead of just, yes, sir, yes, we'll get right away on whatever this idea, anything, sir. And they're doing that with him. I'm sure Konami would have held his reins a little bit because he did the Metal Gear Solid games.
Okay, those are good.
And so Konami obviously had, the final say on what happened in those games, even though they were his games. And all of those rock. All those are amazing.
I've never played Metal Gear Solid, but
so it probably would have been good, but it did work out for the better because it did save Resident Evil.
Yeah, and I Resident Evil and Pokemon are like my favorite series of all time ever, and probably will be forever.
They're good.
And so obviously those are very different from each other. So like,
they made
Ari come back and just explode.
We need to see Pokemon do that.
Fantastic.
Pokemon, get your shit together. Stop making these horrible games on the Switch. Get it together.
Yeah, their prime might be out of here, but Ari's here, and we just got to see like 50-year-old Leon again in this most recent game.
In 9, that's right, yeah. And it was a huge success, and everybody loved it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We're almost...
And also, it looks really good.
They all look good.
I haven't played it, but it looks really good.
And it's still got that PT influence with her name's Grace in it.
Yep.
The Grace parts, straight out of PT. Like, those are, like, PT. Like, you're walking inside a house, and it's dark, and, I'm scared type of thing. So, it's still there. And all the Silent Hill movies, or all the games, from the very first one all the way to the newest one, soundtrack was all done by the same guy, Akira Yamaoka. Shout out to the GOAT. One of my biggest inspirations.
We know you're listening to this.
We know you're listening to Akira Yamaoka. You're the best soundtrack maker in the whole world. I love you. I wouldn't do it without you, man.
Fair enough. But I think we're on our wits' end here. It's time for food.
It's time for food.
It's time for drinks.
Karaoke.
Karaoke after drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully this is a good episode to
I feel good.
Make the fans come back. Not that they ever left. The real ones know.
The real ones know who you are.
course.
Shout out you.